Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. That's all I want to say. You know what I'm saying? Have a blessing. Tell me what you're thankful for. I'm gonna get into the story of the Indians and the Pilgrims coming together and we being one happy family. You know, so we should sit back and really tell the true story of the Indians because we really was friends with the whites. I don't think so. Not at all. Let's get some true history. In 1637, present-day Fortune, Connecticut, over 700 men and women and children of the Pequot tribe had gathered for their annual Green Corn Festival, which is our Thanksgiving celebration. In the pre-dawn hours, the sleeping Indians were surrounded by English and Dutch merchants who ordered them to come outside. Those who came outside were clubbed to death, while the terrified women and children who huddled inside the longhouse was burned alive. The next day, the governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony declared a day of Thanksgiving because 700 unarmed men and women and children over 14 were sold into slavery, while the rest was murdered, boarded, loaded, with as many as 500 slaves regularly left the ports of New England. Bounties were paid for Indian scalps to encourage as many deaths as possible. Following a especially successful raid against the Pequot, who is now Stamford, Connecticut, and churches announced a second day of Thanksgiving to celebrate victory over their heathen savages. During the feasting, they hacked off heads and natives were kicked through the streets like soccer balls. Even the friendly Wapapana did not escape the madness. Their chief was beheaded and the head impaled on a pole in Plymouth, Massachusetts, where it remained on display for 24 years. That's crazy, man. The killing became more and more frequent, with days of Thanksgiving feasts being held after each successful massacre. George Washington finally suggested that only one day of Thanksgiving per year be set aside instead of celebrating each and every massacre. Later, Abraham Lincoln decreed Thanksgiving Day to be a legal national holiday during the Civil War. On the same day, he ordered troops to march against the starving Saxons in Minnesota. The story doesn't have quite the same fuzzy feeling associated with as the ones while the Indians and Pilgrims are all sitting down together. Blase blah, blase blah. So like I tell people, thank God for all your blessings. Think about those people who wanted to live their lives and raise their families. They also took time out to say thank you to the Creator for all their blessings. So sit back and enjoy some of the families that was destroyed.